Okay, I wanted to officially welcome everyone to our first Ask the Trainer. We have a phenomenal trainer who has a wealth of knowledge, Linda Storm. She has been our guiding light in Northern Star for over 20 years now, right? Over 20 years.
Yeah.
So I'm just so glad to have her answer the questions. Many people wrote in questions, and then should we do the ones that are people who are here? If you have questions, let's ask those first, and then we'll go to the ones that people sent in. So, if you feel comfortable, you can just start off and ask Linda, or if you don't feel comfortable speaking, you can type it in the chat, and I'll say it for you, whatever you're comfortable with.
I don't know. I think I sent my questions in, but as you know, was trained in '98, so
Ah,
having not practiced for a while, I was just wondering how much the curriculum has changed and if I need to take like a refresher course or that kind of thing.
um, I was trained in '98 as well and
Oh,
certified in '99. So,
uh,
um, the curriculum evolves and,
mhm.
now we're 20 years past where we were when we got our training, and so
Yeah.
it's nice to refresh. I remember after taking the training, I said, "Can we get back together next month?"
Hmm.
Because there's so much information in it. And,
Right.
memory fades, and it's nice to get back into a training and get the vibe and the personalities of the people to just give yourself that boost to get back out there with the parents and babies. And so, even if you haven't trained for a few years, 4 or 5 years, it's nice to do that refresher just to be fresh. I mean, as trainers, we do a stroke review every 2 years together, and we're out there teaching. So it's nice to, and we like to observe each other. So I would say, yeah, it hasn't necessarily trained, but memory can fade, and it's always nice to reconnect.
And so are there refresher courses or is it just a matter of taking the curriculum again?
We do have refresher reboots that would be listed on the website, and you're
Okay.
also welcome to attend a training if you want to do the full 4 days. It will be
Hmm.
price for you. If you want to sit in on a day, that could work for you. And so it's
Hmm.
finding a training that works for your schedule and get in touch with the trainer to get connected.
So our next reboot is April 12th.
Mm,
That's for existing students and CMs. I can pop this in the chat so you
sure.
can take a look. It's just
Yeah.
the calendar.
Okay.
Um,
Yes, that day is really crazy for me. Do they do it like once a year or?
I think it's a couple per year, right?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we try and get it quarterly. We
That's
don't
what I
have
was
every
thinking.
day,
Oh,
every
okay.
month, but we
Okay.
try to have them frequently for people.
Mhm.
Okay. That sounds promising. Okay. All right. And then I think my other question was liabilities and stuff.
Mhm.
What are the, you know, are there any current discussions about liabilities or anything like that? I know we don't do hands-on, the
Right.
babies, we demonstrate, but I just was curious about, I've always, I'm always a troubleshooter.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I can
So
say as
I
long
always
as
wonder
I've
what the current,
been, we have not had any issues with
okay.
parents and babies. We get our insurance through ABNP. That's listed on the website and find how to find your insurance. And unless, Ashley, if you know of something that we might need to be concerned about.
Your suggestion of the ABNP was what I was going to suggest. I was going to go on the website and search it and put it in the chat.
Okay.
And you get a
Okay.
discount through Infant Massage USA to
Yes.
use that. And that's typically what the CMs do. Or are there any other options you think, or any other concerns that you would think of? Or would that kind of go under what you were wanting to know, Gigi?
Um, yeah, I think so. I don't know what like that insurance covers, but I think it's something that I can look up for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it
Um,
gives you, because some places will ask you if you have liability insurance. And I
mhm.
that asked of me a few times, not many. And so you can get a
Okay.
certificate from them that you can
Okay.
present. Um,
Okay.
the only thing that can sometimes happen is a little rash on the babies. I have only experienced that once since I've
Mhm.
been a trainer. And we try and, you ask the parents ahead of time if their babies have any allergies. And you can also
Mhm.
do a test like right here underneath the arm if you feel to be more comfortable. But
Mhm.
the natural oils we use, if they're edible, you're pretty safe.
Mhm.
And there's no fragrances in there. And we don't use the specialty oils at all. So,
Mhm.
like I said, I have only had one child react to an oil. And as
Mhm.
far as being with the organization for over 20 years, I have not known of any issues.
Mhm. What oil are you guys promoting right now?
We used sunflower oil, safflower oil, grapeseed oil, any
Okay.
vegetable or fruit oil. Some
Okay.
people like fractionated coconut oil. Uh,
Mhm.
So that's kind of a gamut, just as long as there's no fragrance.
Right. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Didn't know what's changed. So
Not a whole lot has changed, but there may be a stroke adaptation here or there, but pretty much it's learning all the wonderful things that are going on in the different countries and the stories is
Right.
wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all my questions for now.
Okay, thank you so much, Gigi.
Yeah,
Those were
you're
good
welcome.
questions.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is super helpful. So I used to do infant massage. I'm a speech therapist in early intervention. So I used to do it back when I was in Boston, and now I took a long pause and I'm hoping to get back in it. So I guess what I'm curious about is I'm thinking about I'm doing thinking about doing the individual home sessions with families, and I'm just trying to figure out like what a good amount of sessions I feel that you would like recommend. Back when I was in Boston, I think I would do like 4 sessions and do a
Mhm.
lot of like reviewing. But I didn't know if you had any recommendations for like individual sessions of like how many you would do for
Right.
teaching.
Well, international is going to say 5 sessions.
Okay.
Um, my experience doing one-on-one, um, occasionally I can go through the material in 3 sessions, but
Mhm.
I don't like to rush it. And so 4 seems to be a nice flow.
Okay.
Um, and especially in a one-on-one, when you've got more of a group, it can take a little longer. And
Mhm.
I don't want to cut it too short because I really like the group dynamics that come from it.
Sure.
And so much more than the parents, enjoying their baby, but they get so much interaction with the other moms.
Mhm.
That
Um,
community.
yeah, and I've even noticed that when I'm teaching that, the parents want to be the perfect mother and do the perfect thing with their perfect child and everything's going to go perfectly. So they've got this performance standard out here. And
Mhm.
so it's kind of breaking that down and saying, don't worry, we have
Yeah.
no performance standards. We're here to enjoy your babies. But with that performance standard, they many times won't ask questions or talk because they don't want to
Mhm.
interfere with your presentation. And so even though I'm bombarding him, with information and questions, then, sorry, I thought I had turned this off. I will find that after I've kind of come to a close, all
Mhm.
of a sudden they get chatty Cathy. Oh, I said this about that. Where did you find that out? Or I heard this. Did you hear that too? But that's what we want to happen.
Mhm.
So let them talk. And I've had a situation where the moms were really chatty and I need to be somewhere. And I said, I just need to roll up my comforter here. You guys are welcome to stay. I'll see you next week.
It's kind of
Mhm.
like when people are at your house and you're like hosting. Gonna pick up a little bit. But what about for like a more one-on-one setting? I think it was more like her guidance, like since she's gonna start doing one-on-ones,
Mhm.
would you have any guidance for that for a one-on-one type of setting?
And that's where it is. I gave at least 3.
Mhm. Okay.
because, that's multiplying and taking out 2 sessions. But it's how much the baby's gonna handle.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
that we've got the experience of introducing all the strokes. Even in the first session with babies are really receptive and you can tell that they've had a lot of touch. I still err on the side of less and
Mm-hmm.
discuss more things with the parent to help her feel more comfortable. And the second
Mhm.
session is where you might see that, oh, this is moving along.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to get through, and the third one, I like to have the fourth one to repeat, but you might be able to do that in the third one. If you finish and the babies, you've had your chance to talk and communicate, then you might come back through and say, would you like me to demonstrate the strokes again? If your
Mhm.
baby is willing, then they're, have them participate with us.
Yeah. Okay. That's super helpful because I was doing like just with like friends and I feel like I got through a lot of it, in 2 sessions, but I think just kind of slowing it down a little bit
Yeah.
too and doing some more intro stuff at the first session. But I feel like 3, especially depending on the child, 3 seems like it could be a good number. Yeah. 3 to
And
4. Yeah.
Allowing the parent and baby to really slow down.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because we have to be the ones to slow down.
Mhm.
We're the ones that want to get, oh yeah, we can get this in here. Oh, maybe they can fit this in too.
Yeah.
Oh, slow down, breathe, relax. It's okay.
Yeah.
And give the baby the space, give the parents the space to relax and calm down.
Mhm.
This is
Mhm.
for them too,
Yeah.
because they are used to going here, there, and somewhere else.
Mhm.
And the babies aren't in a rush. They're fine. And so I'm speaking from my experience as well, that we have the tendency, and you just remind yourself to breathe. Remind yourself, I've got a bracelet that says breathe. Okay.
Mhm.
Just to help remind me that we don't want to run races here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Cool.
give the parents time to talk, and even if it's just you with them, bringing up different questions and listening to any things that they have said that you might be able to reflect back to them.
Mhm. Totally. Thank you.
Sure.
Paula, do you have any questions for Miss Linda?
Yes, yes, I do have a few actually.
Oh, okay.
All
Great.
right, here we
That's
are.
why we're here.
It's because I'm so new. Okay, so I did my training last year in November.
Mhm.
I am still in the process of getting my certification, right?
Okay, yeah,
So far, I have been working with 3 families.
awesome.
I think I need 2 more in order
Mhm.
to get my certificate, right? It's like
Right.
5 families.
That's right.
Yes.
Um, okay, so this is the first time that I hear about insurance because I
Mhm.
remember that Michael told us that since we're not really touching the baby,
Right,
we're not going to have any like problems, right?
right.
So do we really need insurance?
I haven't normally had it.
Mm-hmm.
I've only a few times been asked, but that's why, that if you need it, that's your go-to place is to A, B, and P.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Also, about the number of sessions with the 3 families, I did 4 sessions
Right.
with each of them.
Mm-hmm.
This was individual sessions, right? And it was good. I think 4 was perfect. It was a good number. I was able at the end because the last session is like the back, the back stroke.
Mm-hmm.
So I had more time to review the other sessions with the family. So I think
Mm-hmm.
4 is actually a really good number.
Okay.
Um, so in order to get my certificate,
Mm-hmm.
I know that I have to send to Michael all the paperwork, right?
Right. The packet.
The packet with all this packet completed.
Right. Right. And
Okay,
then you have 5 parent evaluations that you send
fine.
with it.
It's
Yes.
only this page or are these
Yes.
2 pages too?
Just the one page from the parent.
This
That
one.
one.
Yeah.
Only.
That's it.
That's the only one that I have to send to him. Like
Correct.
5 plus
Mhm.
the packet.
Right.
Okay.
And does the packet have the test in it, Linda?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it. The
I
whole
was like, just
assignment in there.
confirming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Part 1, 2, part 3. Yes, this one. Okay. When I send this all of this information to him, when I'm going to have my certificate, how long does it take?
As trainers, we have 3 months to return your certificate to you. If Michael is traveling a lot, he will have to take time because he's
Mhm.
working. But
Mhm.
I was got certificates last week, and I was turning them out around in a week.
Mhm.
But Michael's probably on. I know he's on top of them. He gets them done as fast as he can. I'd say within a few weeks.
Okay, okay, good.
I'm excited for you, Paula.
Thank you. I'm actually very excited. I am a teacher. I'm a Montessori teacher for infants and
Oh.
toddlers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is a really good addition for my work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me think. I think I have more questions.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm from Colombia, and I go to Colombia at least twice a year.
Mhm.
I think I'm able to do this in Colombia, right? To do this.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Your certificate is an international certificate. You will get 2 certificates,
Mhm.
one from Infant Massage USA and one from International. Okay,
Okay.
so you are internationally certified.
Mhm. Okay.
And you might look ahead of time. I'm not off the top of my head knowing if Colombia has a representative there. So you might look on the international website to
Okay.
see the countries that we are in.
Okay. Perfect. Um, okay, I'm going to think about more questions.
Okay.
Well,
Well, maybe we
while
can
you
do some of the
think,
questions that were sent in.
yes, that's exactly what I was. We're on the same wavelength.
Okay,
I have
so you
one.
want to
I
pick
have
it?
one more.
Oh, yeah.
I have
Oh,
one more.
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
What so for say a group rate or a one-on-one rate, the what is the going rate for charging at this point? Do we know?
I have
Is
not,
there an average?
So
yeah.
in your member portal, there is where you can type in like how much your classes are, how much this is,
Okay.
and
Oh,
then it'll
okay.
give you a summary at the bottom of what you should charge for a class.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
best scenario.
Okay.
I know others have like looked around
Hmm.
in their area to
Hmm.
see something
Hmm.
similar and see what
Hmm.
they charge, right? Linda, I
Okay.
don't mean to
Yeah.
pop into your
Okay.
question.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well,
No,
I
that's
mean,
good.
I'm asking too because, as time goes on, fees change and you also
Right,
don't want to go so low, you're kind of wiping out the person
right,
who's, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
you know, when you're a specialist, so to
Mhm.
speak, you want to keep up with that rate that people, tend to be at or want to be at. So,
Yeah.
okay, so that is on the website then?
It's on the membership portal.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, so it's different than the public facing. So if you
okay.
go to the public facing, over here in the corner, it says membership
Hmm.
portal. You click on that and we'll be
Okay, okay. What if the membership fees are like yearly or?
yearly.
Okay, thank you.
And if you're renewing your membership, it's 150, and that includes our annual conference now.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
all
a good
right.
deal.
Yeah.
Is
Good
that
deal.
if I renewing it after like 20 years?
Yes, yes. Renewing's renewing.
Okay.
You're
I'm
welcome to be
like,
back in.
I'm
Yes.
still getting emails, but I'm like,
Oh, that's
I don't
good.
think I paid.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
We're not letting go of you, Gigi.
I know. I appreciate that. I have more time on my hands now.
And there's a
So,
lot of babies where you are.
yes,
Well, and I think people are more in tune with the holistic
yes.
piece now than they were, say, in the 90s and 2000s
Yeah.
kind of thing. I think it's just a whole different, wave.
Hmm.
which is what happens. So
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So one person asked that they're looking at becoming a facilitator, and they're wanting to know different training options, what's involved, and how to take the next step in their journey. And I think when they say facilitator, I think they mean international trainer.
Okay, because I was going to ask you for a clarification on what that
Yeah,
they were looking
that's
at.
where I'm leading. We're
Yes,
gonna-
yes. And so on the website, I believe there is a click to go through to see what the requirements are to
Mhm.
become an international trainer. And just, since we've got people that might listen to this a little bit, it's keeping track of the parents that you have worked with, and you need to have 100 families. And then there's phases to go through. And so with the phases and going through, I encourage people to be very involved in their community, that you're kind of the go-to person for infant massage. So that way, as you're going through the process, people already know you. Some of the people in agencies may know you, that you've come in and done a little workshop, an introduction to infant massage in many different places. So that therefore you already have your contacts, so that if you need to host a training, or audit a training, you can host it. And you can also be, with being a host for a trainer to come in, you can get a stipend for being the host, for facilitating that, which is going to help you, again, get through your training process on many levels. So can you think of anything else I should cover in that for being a trainer or facilitator?
What's your favorite part about being a trainer?
Mine?
Yeah,
Uh,
you obviously loved it if you've been doing it 20 years.
I do it. It kind of draws out the theatrics in me or something, because I
Mhm.
love the work. And just as I'm presenting it and getting the students involved and getting them thinking and asking them questions, and see how their face lights up. And then, when we do the benefits of infant massage, when they actually see the parent baby classes, that first discussion afterwards, and it's just like, depending on how many is in the room, it can be very noisy. And then when they get the experience of being able to teach, just to see their growth in the 4 days, and lighting a fire and excitement.
Yes.
And then I feel so happy and blessed, because I've influenced them. I've given them something that can be the joy of their life, and that it's going to make a change in their communities. So it's really exciting.
That's beautiful, Linda. Thank you. I've heard you explain it a million times that that's the first time it really got like, I'm a little teary-eyed. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh man.
It's a blast, and I've been very blessed to have done this for so long.
The next person says they want to know about mentor opportunities and how they can connect with an experienced trainer.
I'd say the same thing,
Yeah,
that
that's what
to mentor means that you're involved,
Mhm.
and that you're wanting to spread the work. Um, when I became a trainer, I wanted to make sure that there were people in my community that could take my parent baby classes. So, and that was in the late 90s. And so I probably had 4 parent baby classes a month. And so therefore I needed to figure out, okay, I've got to train up some more people here. So therefore, I wanted to be able to bring a trainer in to do a
Right.
training, but I didn't know that that was possible. Now I'm telling you, have a trainer come
Mhm.
to you, to therefore that these people that come to the training, you can mentor, and they can help you grow the work in your community. How many thousands of babies are born in your community every year? And that's more than you can handle. So
Yeah.
having some helper bees with you is a great way to mentor. We have see them in Utah, that help work with Vonda. And so what she does is help make sure that the people coming through can find their families, that they get through their certification and really be a help. And therefore, as you have done that, then you're going to feel more comfortable and confident taking that next step to become a trainer. You've got lots of experience. You've learned that you can help host, and you can be that person then. Take over.
Definitely.
Because
Um,
there's lots of places we aren't training at.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of work out there.
The next question is someone says they're curious about how to effectively market their infant massage classes. They said they would love to know about the promotional kits and how they work. And when I hear promotional kits, I think that they're talking about the sensational babies, the
Mhm.
sensational baby kits that we have. So I know that you developed it. It was your baby. Do you want to kind of go into that?
Well, that's what we wanted to do is to, because infant massage, you spend so much time explaining what infant massage is, and you get all the little jokes and things from people. And I felt that sensational baby gets parents to realize, oh, I want my baby's, it is sensational. And so in the kit, there's a lot of different materials to be able to send out through the internet, to post in different places. There's letters for taking to the pediatricians. So pick an area that you feel is going to be comfortable. Do you want to connect with doulas in your area, lactation consultants, pediatricians, maybe a childcare center, and that you can provide parent baby classes for that center. It makes the center feel like, oh, wow, they even helped us have an infant massage class so that my baby would be more calm during the day with them. So pick a couple of segments that you want to reach out to. You can either go in and visit them, try and give a flyer. I know one gal up in Northern Virginia was lucky to get on TV and do a segment that way, or a radio station, or find moms in the area that are bloggers and that they can blog about you. There's a lot of mom networks. So finding out, I found out a lot about those through a friend that was a lactation consultant. And then those moms told me about where they blog or where they get their information. So it's finding the new moms and gathering information.
And also, I just wanted to point out with your membership now, you also get the Sensational Baby Kit. So that used to be an additional fee, but we put it into the membership. We felt like, why not? Why? Let's give everyone access, right? So when you go into your membership, that portal again, you can download the Sensational Baby. We also have a whole webinar, 2 webinars now on marketing. So you can watch that and get some tips and tricks as well. But it kind of summarizes what Linda was saying. But I just wanted to let you guys know about that.
And there's also a marketing playbook.
Yes, thank you. I
Marketing
knew
playbook.
I was missing something.
So they've really done a great job in Infant Massage USA in trying to help you get the word out there. And not everybody's a marketer. And so find out, and I remember in one training that the student said, well, just tell everybody. You never know. If you get your nails done, tell them about it. You're getting your hair done, tell them about it. You're standing in line at the grocery and say, John, my husband's hilarious. He just talks to anybody with a baby. And so you never know when they're going to show up in one of my baby classes.
We sell these shirts that say, ask me about infant massage, right? And I wear that whenever I'm traveling. You'd be shocked how many people are like, tell me about it, right? Like, I didn't even promote it. They're just coming up to me because I'm wearing this shirt, asking me about it. So yeah, it's similar wherever you go. Okay,
Has
next,
this helped you guys that are on the screen? Do you have any more questions along that
yeah,
line?
the ones who are on the screen. Any other questions?
No, I'm just looking at it right now on my portal, so this is helpful.
Oh, okay, great.
I just reactivated like last month, so I'm just like loving
Okay.
all this information, so it's all super helpful.
Multitasking.
We're so glad to have you back.
Yes.
So let me just check on this. So someone they started their certification before COVID, but they haven't practiced since then, and they wanted to chat about strategies for reintroducing it to clients, and kind of adapting to post-COVID.
I think we just kind of covered a lot of
I
it.
feel like we did.
To
Yeah.
come in and just get your materials together.
Mhm.
Make sure you've got your parent baby handouts, and the materials in the Sensational Baby Pack are wonderful. And so you've got everything outlined for you. So all the information that you want to give to parents is right there. And it's beautifully designed. Because if not, then you've got the information that's in the international manual that you can give to parents. But and if you can't find your materials, you can also contact Ashley or contact me, and I'll help you with
Yeah.
the materials you need.
Someone else said that they face kind of uncertainty when they're guiding their parents through, and they want to know the best and most practical ways on how to build confidence to make their sessions more effective.
Practice.
Practice.
Yourself in front of a mirror. You can record yourself, see how you look, prepare ahead of time so that you know where everything is, and breathe. You know,
Mhm.
it's okay. The babies aren't going to break. Ask the parents questions, acknowledge the parents, be an observer, a listener. And as you do that, it helps you calm down. And as you're massaging your baby doll, it does help. Oxytocin does set in. So all those things work for you as well.
Those are good. Those are good. Let's see. So someone said, how do I modify techniques for infants with special needs, or medical conditions? You probably get asked this a lot, but
I talk to the parents.
yeah.
Parents know what's best for their babies. They've gone to all those different therapists and sessions, and you help them guide. You know, so this is what we normally do. What do you think will be best with your baby? If there's a scar or something, we're not going to go to that body part first. We may just rest our hands on it. We may do it, depending on how sensitive they are, that we may do a stroke, see how the baby responds, pause, slowly do another stroke. We start on the legs typically. That night may not be the best spot. Maybe the back is going to be the best. Sometimes babies can be sensitive on the face, but yet I've seen babies just totally enjoy having their face. And I don't know that, but the parents do. And what that does is empower the parents that they are the expert of their baby. We're observers with them.
And it gives them confidence too when you give that power
Absolutely.
to them that they
And
deserve.
And
Right.
this is one time when their baby is normal, that
Mhm.
we're coming to do something normal with them. And we might see the baby start moving. And I remember that happening, and I thought, whoa, did I do something wrong? I was working with the WIC program at Fort Myer, and then grandma came in with her granddaughter in this Cadillac of a stroller. And so I was demonstrating her on how to do the strokes, and the baby started moving and uttered, and I thought, okay. And the grandma was like, I said, oh crap, what did I do? I said, I've never seen her do that. I can't wait to show her mom.
Mm.
Oh.
So yes, I've done special needs. I've done a special, there's a special care nursery in Maryland, and the babies are really more normal, and they're not as fragile as you think they are. And by simply bringing touch to them, it's amazing the changes. So
Thank you. Thank you. Paula?
Yes, I have a question about that. This coming weekend, I'm going to work with a family that I know that the baby have a stiff neck.
Oh,
How can I
torticollis.
address? Yeah, torticollis. How can
Mhm.
I address that, or how can?
So what to do with that
Yes.
situation? Progress normally.
Hmm.
And is this the first visit with them?
Yes.
Okay, because just getting them to relax and touching the legs can help their whole body relax. And so I don't want you to progress too quickly,
Hmm.
but it might be like the second session that you might be able to get to the chest. I know that's pretty fast, but when you do that, when you cross over to the side where the torticollis is, you're just going to do an extra little massage in there to help loosen the neck up a little bit. Okay, so that's the only added thing that I have done with torticollis. But I have noted with them that they do tend to just relax from the normal massage. So,
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
sure. Now what, Ashley? What's the next question?
Okay. I hope you're not feeling overwhelmed, Linda. We're gaining so
Oh,
much
this is fun.
wisdom from
This is
you.
great.
Um, okay, so this person says, which I think is so true. They said, parents have a lot on their plate and they feel overwhelmed when they come to the class. So what's the best way to introduce infant massage to new parents? I think
Thank
you
you
kind
for
of talked
coming.
about it.
Thank you for taking your time. And then be sure to not rush through the relaxation. This is a gift you're giving the parent.
That's a good way. That's a gift that you're giving the parent.
Yeah, because they've been rushing here, rushing there, and so when do they get a time to relax? When they get there, they've got to relax before they touch their babies. So get them to relax. They're having that opportunity, and that's like, like for a single parent, how do you fit this in when you're doing everything? Relax. You can get so much more done when the baby's happy, when you're relaxed. So a baby that has been missing you all day, when you take the time to be with them for the first 15 minutes you walk in the door, they're going to be happier, more content. They got that one-on-one FaceTime, and that makes it easier to get the other things done that you need to get done that night.
They feel that connection.
The
Yeah.
baby feels the connection. The parents have had a chance to relax. The baby's more relaxed. Yeah, their bucket's been filled.
Now, this is a great question. This person says one baby is sleeping, another baby is hungry, another one is ready to play. So now what? How do I help babies on very different schedules and needs in the class?
Throw in a discussion topic for the parent.
Okay.
Let the parents talk about their situations. You don't have to demonstrate because we're so much more than the strokes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's so much material we want to talk about. You can throw in a theory idea about bonding or the growing child, or maybe do a play with the baby that's playful. You can do this little, what is it? The duck, the snail from the material. Do songs and rhymes on the back or on the toes so that you can play with the child that's moving, and the other children can finish up, and then come back in to what your routine was. But don't miss those opportunities of space, because it's a great time to get the group together. If it's one-on-one, it's more of a challenge, because who do you talk with? So you talk about what's their day like? What are your challenges? What are things that your baby taught you this week? So there's different things to talk about that is in their realm, and makes the parents feel like you are interested in them, because they're so consumed with their baby that they can feel like chopped liver. They're glossed over.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Yeah, it is, because that happens.
I was like, I've seen it when I've gone to Got it.
Or all 5 of the babies are crying, and what do you do? What's your tap dance now?
So this is going to be the last question, and then I'll open it up for those who are in the room. This question, I think, is good. It says learning. So she wants to know what the common mistakes are for new instructors and how she can avoid them.
Common mistakes, rushing,
Yeah. Rushing.
rushing through, trying to fill the space, not feeling comfortable with silence.
Mm,
That it's okay to pause. It's okay to help parents feel they're enough, and that little bit at a time. So just not rushing through. If you don't get through the strokes that you were planning on doing that day, it's fine. It's all right. But finding out, and one thing I've adapted into my classes now is asking the parent, what is your one takeaway?
Mm.
Because we're feeding them, they're getting all this information, but yet what are they bringing back out? And it helps them realize that they did get information, and what was it? And that way they're more likely to take that with them.
Do you mind turning on the light? You're getting a
Yeah,
little.
I was going to interrupt. So, yeah,
I was like, we started out with you crystal clear. Would you say
now can you see me? Can you see me now?
yes?
Yay! Amazing.
Um, I don't know if this is a common mistake, but I feel like if I was in this position, I wouldn't get there in like enough time to set everything up to make it look right in my head, right? Like to make the room set up and that sort of thing. How early do you typically get there to kind of set up everything for a parent baby class?
That can depend on the venue of how much it's being used.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I normally use the nursery at my church. And so even with that though, I had, to get the chairs out, get those down. And so give yourself at least half an hour.
Yeah.
Because you need to calm yourself down too. And if you're not ready, once those parents come in, you're draining yourself. You want to be on top of your game.
Okay. Gigi, Paula, Tara, do you guys have any questions?
Yes, I do have another one.
Oh, great.
So I have this family. They have a newborn. She is like 2 weeks old. And they already asked me about the infant massage. She's way too little, right? To start with that, or when it's going to be better? Or how old does she need to be in order to get the infant massage?
Good question. Because with a newborn, you may start with a session just on understanding the baby. What are the baby's cues, the engagement, the disengagement cues? What are the baby's behavior states? Sometimes our babies come and some of this information they don't need as much because the baby's older. But this newborn state is such a critical time for parents to feel comfortable and confident. And, I never babysat. I didn't know babies. And here I'm stuck with this newborn. And it's like, what do I do? And when I had kids, there was a book this thick, and that was the only book available. Didn't tell me a whole lot. So to have you come and talk with them, and they can just hold them, they don't have to do anything. And what's fun at that point, because parents love to have their baby up on them, right? And what do they kind of naturally do? They stroke their baby's back. And what can you say? You're already doing massage, right?
Okay, yeah.
So it's okay. Just show them the different things so they're already doing the back strokes. One thing I would show them is the sun of the sun moon.
Mhm.
So that way, because a lot of this constipation, gas colic happens. So to help the baby get that rhythm, get that elimination process going. Just do the sun of the sun moon,
Mhm.
but encourage them to just touch their babies. When they're diaper changing, just, they can touch their baby naturally, but we don't want to overstimulate yet either. But just that we want them to be masters of their baby's cues. And that's the key that they are concerned about. How do I know? How do I know? Well, let's look at the baby's cues together.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I would do a pre-session because there's so much to do with the behavior states, reflexes, cues, the bonding, the benefits. You could do that all in a pre-session. That way when they're ready to come, the baby's already used to touch, and then you can do another 3 sessions.
All right. Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions?
So anything different in your communities, ideas of where you want to reach out to, how you're going to reach out to them, where you're going to teach? Boy, I threw out like 4 questions real fast. Sorry. I'm just trying to think of maybe it's multiple places because I did work with 2 different lactation consultants
Oh,
and I worked with the military.
I think someone got the time wrong. I'm gonna let Kathy in.
Okay. So just see what's out in the community. I think pediatricians are becoming more open. Definitely lactation consultants are good. Doulas are good. Maybe a library to get started. Maybe host something at the library. An info session.
Hi, Kathy. Welcome. We're wrapping up, but I wanted to see what your question was. We might have gotten the time zone a little
Oh,
different.
I just got busy and
Okay.
missed it.
Oh, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure your question was asked. So
No,
I'm not
that's
meaning to put you on the spot, but I kind of am. What do you have a question?
no, it was about the marketing, and I just heard some suggestions when I logged in just now. I'm assuming that's what that was for, about ways you could get started in the community.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. And then on
Yeah,
the
there was
right hand, oh, go ahead, Linda. Go ahead, Linda.
I was just saying, because you recorded it, and so we did quite a bit of talking about that in the segment, and let you know that the Sensational Baby material is on the website through their portal.
Right,
That's got a lot of information there too.
We have
right.
a marketing playbook in the
Yeah.
portal as well. That gives
Mhm.
like 100 tips.
Yeah, and if you still have questions, you're welcome to email me.
Do you want to give your
Okay.
email out, Linda?
Yeah, linda.storm@infantmassageusa.org.
Okay.
Well, I just want to thank everyone for coming tonight. I feel like it was such just a great community, right? And some of you have been around for 20 years, some of you are new, some of you are restarting. So it's great just to gather us together. And you all asked wonderful questions
Absolutely.
that so many students and CMs have. So thank you for coming. You really made this Ask a Trainer a really good session tonight. So thank you for that, Linda. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you realize the legacy that you've been building and how impactful your work is. It's been a joy to have you on. And we'll wrap this up. If you need anything, reach out to Linda.
Yeah.
Or I also put Stephanie's, she's our operations manager. If you have any other questions, she's someone who's good to ask. I don't know if I introduced myself, so I'm doing this backwards. But I'm the executive director, Ashley Fave. You're also welcome to email me. My email is ashley@infantmassageusa.org.